Hello everyone. Today's we will study about the negative feedback mechanism of endocrine glands. This is next topic in the endocrine system, that is a feedback mechanism. There are two types of a feedback mechanism. One is the positive feedback mechanism and another is the negative feedback mechanism. But in this video we are going to study about only specific negative feedback mechanisms. Then what is the mechanism of this negative feedback mechanisms and their definitions of negative feedback mechanism, and one of the examples of this negative feedback mechanism. So first, what is the definitions of negative feedback mechanism? The definitions of negative feedback mechanism: the increased level of hormones is detected by detector, that is hypothalamus organs. Example, hypothalamus, and its release is controlled. Then example, growth hormones and follicle stimulating hormones, means increase the level of hormones inside the body, then it releases the some particular or detected by the glands. If some hormone like a growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, if the growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormones level increase inside the body, then due to the increase the secretions of these hormones, the one of the detector, it receive the message, or it receive the particular feedback in our body, increase the growth hormones secreting. So these growth hormone secretions, it inhibit or stop or reduce with the help of this detector hypothalamus. So this is the simple definitions of the negative feedback mechanism. Then next, what is the mechanism behind that, the particular feedback mechanism? Then the amount of a blood is regulating for hormones is done by the mechanism called as the feedback mechanism, means the amount of a blood inside the body and the regulations of a hormones inside the body is maintained or regulate or control by the feedback mechanism. So this is a simple principle of a feedback mechanism. Then by which the organs that secretes the hormones, means one of the organ that helps to secrete the hormones, like endocrine glands, then hypothalamus, then pituitary glands. These are the glands or organs, it secretes their hormones. Then they get message whether the hormones doing job or not, means whether the hormones releases from the glands, they do work, or they do work proper functions or not. Based on this feedback, they will decided whether the secret hormones in more amount or in a less amount due to these feedback mechanisms. Then hormones can glands can decided whether the particular hormones release in excess amount or in a less amount. So this is a simple working or mechanisms of this particular negative feedback mechanism. Then next, exam point of view, the one principles explain in a one flow charts. So I hope understand this flow charts. Then after these flow charts we will give one examples on this flow charts. So first, that is the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is one of the detector inside the body, it releasing the hormones, and after the releasing of hormones to the anterior lobe of a pituitary glands, that is the pituitary glands present in the brain. Then pituitary glands, it consists of having two lobes, anterior lobe as well as the posterior lobe, or it also called as a control center. Means after the hormone releasing from the hypothalamus, then it activates the anterior pituitary glands or anterior lobe of the pituitary glands. After the activators of anterior lobes of a pituitary gland, they can release the hormones, means tropic hormones, to target endocrine glands, release the hormones, like example thyroid stimulating hormones, and these thyroid stimulating hormones target the one of the endocrine glands, that is a target gland effector, means it effect on the particular endocrine gland, that is one of the example of endocrine gland, that is a thyroid gland. And these thyroid glands, after receive the thyroid stimulating hormones, the thyroid gland is activated and it releases the hormone, that is a thyroxine, after the absorptions of iodine. Then it target glands effector, then it increase the blood level of the target gland, that is the hormones. Then after the increasing of a blood level, after there will be increasing blood level of target gland hormone, the use of the hormones in some functions or some working. Then after the use of hormone, the deficiency of hormones inside the body, after the deficiency of hormones inside the body, the blood level is decreases to the target gland hormones, and these hormones, with the help of physiological system, it sends the message, or it's send the feedback to the again hypothalamus, but it positive feedback because the deficiency of a particular hormones inside the body, and this hormones is called as a positive feedback mechanism, means it stimulate or increase the releasing of their hormones. But in some cases in our body, the excess amount of a blood level already present inside the, or excess amount of hormones already present in the body, then this then inside the body, the physiological system, it sends the feedback to the hypothalamus for to stop the releasing or to stop the secretions of hormones, and these particular hormones, or sorry, this particular mechanism or feedback is called as a negative feedback, means it indicates that it reduces the releasing of hormones, it stops the releasing of hormones, or it inhibitions of the releasing hormones. So this is a simple flow charts. Then we will take one example on this flow charts. When hypothalamus detector, this is the hypothalamus detector releasing the hormones, means after the releasing of hormones from the hypothalamus endocrine glands, then it activates the anterior lobe of pituitary glands. After the activations of anterior lobe of pituitary gland, it releases the thyroid stimulating hormones, and these thyroid stimulating hormones, it stimulate the thyroid glands, and after the stimulations of thyroid gland, the thyroid gland, it absorb the iodine from the body. Then after there will be absorptions of iodine from body, then it releases one of the hormones or secretes the hormones, that is a thyroxine T4 into the blood. After there will be formations or secretions of the thyroxine hormone, it releases inside the blood, and these after the releasing in the blood thyroxine level increases inside the body, and due to this increasing of a thyroxine in the body, it helps for the food metabolism, and after the food metabolism, it converted into the energy, and this energy is used due to some exercise or due to some work. Then in some cases the excess amount of thyroxine already present inside the body, then this physiological system or blood get send a feedback to the pituitary glands, that is a negative feedback mechanism. When pituitary gland receive the feedback, means this feedback is say that inhibit or to stop or to reduce the releasing of these thyroid stimulating hormones, then means this cross symbol indicated stop and reduce or inhibitions of a thyroid stimulating hormone. After the does not release of thyroid stimulating hormone from the pituitary gland, then this thyroid stimulating hormone does not stimulate the thyroid gland. Then after there will be the no stimulations of thyroid gland, does not absorptions of iodine from the body, and then no absorptions of iodine from the body, the thyroid gland not secretes the hormone, that is a thyroxine, and after there is no secretions of a thyroxine hormone into the blood, then blood thyroxine level is a decrease, and due to the decrease of a thyroxine level, the food does not metabolize and does not convert it into energy. So this is a negative feedback mechanism. In some cases, the after the uses of energy in the body, then deficiency of energy inside the body, then it particular physiological systems of our body, it secretes or send the feedback mechanism to the pituitary glands, but this is a positive feedback mechanism, means to stimulate or to increase or to secrete the more amount of hormones in the body. Then again same procedures will again start. So this is a simple mechanisms of or example of negative feedback mechanism. But in some cases, the deficiency of iodine inside the body, already everyone know that the deficiency of iodine, then it causes the goiter. Then what is the mechanism behind that, the goiter? If deficiency of iodine inside the body, the pituitary glands releases the hormones, that is a thyroid stimulating hormone, then this thyroid stimulating hormone stimulate the thyroid gland, but thyroid glands, it helps or it secretes the hormones, that is a thyroxine, but it wants to or it needs to iodine. If in our body deficiency of iodine, means thyroid glands does not absorb the iodine because iodine is not present inside the body, then after if thyroid gland does not absorptions of iodine, does not secretions of the thyroxine hormones, then does not increase the blood thyroxine level and no metabolism. But pituitary glands, it receive the continuously or it release the continuously thyroid stimulating hormones towards the thyroid gland and stimulate the thyroid gland, but thyroid gland does not release the thyroxine because the deficiency of iodine. Then what will happen? Due to the continuous release of these thyroid stimulating hormones to the thyroid gland, and thyroid glands become a more swelling because it absorbs the thyroid stimulating hormones continuously, and the surface area or absorptions or swelling of the thyroid glands, and due to the swelling of thyroid glands in front of the neck, then it causes the goiters. So goiter is the swelling of a thyroid glands due to the deficiency of a iodine. So this is a simple example of the pituitary gland. Then next one is the pancreas. If in our body increase the blood sugar level, then increase the blood sugar level inside the pancreas, then pancreas cells or pancreas cell get damaged, and due to the damage of a pancreas cell, it is a less supply of oxygen and blood to the cells, and cell become a death. Then pancreas it in the presence of increase the blood sugar level, pancreas release the one of the hormone, that is insulin, and after the releasing of insulin hormones, it get into the blood and message to the cells, remaining cells absorb more blood sugars, then it blood sugar level is decreases, or inside the body blood sugar level is decreases. If blood sugar level is very low or below the its limits, means very low or limits below, means there is a very less blood sugar level inside the body, and it also causes some symptoms. When if blood sugar level is a very low, it sends the feedback, or it sends the message or feedback message to the pancreas, then pancreas is stop the or reduces the or inhibitions the productions of insulin. If there is no secretions of insulin or releases of insulin from the pancreas, then insulin does not send the message to the cells for absorb the more blood sugar level, and due to this stop the functions of a cell absorb the more blood sugar level, and due to particular this principle, the blood sugar level is maintained inside the body, and then particular conditions become a cure. So this is a simple negative feedback mechanisms of the endocrine glands. Thank you so much. I hope all are understand easily. If any doubts regarding this negative feedback mechanism, please ask me freely and frankly. Thank you so much.